everyone, it's Esther and welcome back to my channel. First of all, I'm really sorry for the really bad audio on this because I am recording on my phone and that's because my laptop is broken. Also, I'm sorry that it's been such a long time since I last made a video, and that's due to my exams. Basically, life's just been a big pain in the ass. But today I thought I would talk about a weird genre of movies that I've seen 3 of so far, and to be honest, they're so boring and very similar that I will probably never watch one of them ever again. What am I talking about? Teacher crush movies. Whoa, fun. Teacher crush movies are this sort of subgenre of like drama and teen movies squished together in an awful cocktail of cringe. Honestly, watching them makes me think of something like Riverdale because it's so dramatic and dumb. Now, I don't know about you, but the teachers at my school are absolute diseases. Like, no thanks. Really ugly, really unlikable people in general. I'm good, like, I do not want anything to do with these people at all. Like, they ain't cute, sis. But for some reason, these movies want to convince us that teachers, the people that literally spend their lives surrounded by children and maths, are somehow attractive. I have seen 3 of them so far, as I've said before. The first one I watched was The Crush, which has Alicia Silverstone in, who is famous for being in Clueless. But other than that, the only other movies she's been in have been absolute shite, such as The Crush. I could name a couple more, but honestly, just check out her IMDb, it doesn't look too promising. That's what happens when you get a child actor to play such a big role and then they become really famous, and then after that it's all downhill from there. So The Crush is this really dumb, like, early 2000s film about this girl who becomes obsessed with her neighbour. So technically it's not Teacher Crush, but I just wanted to feature this because they're very similar. She becomes obsessed with her neighbour, and she gets really creepy and quite aggressive towards him, and basically she tries to ruin his life and his relationships just so that she can have him to herself. But of course, she is delusional and it does not work out. She's a very smart girl, but also a loner, so she doesn't really have many friends, but she also knows quite a lot about really strange things that not all teenagers know. For example, how to try and kill someone. In an attempt to seduce the man next door, she tries to kill his girlfriend by trapping her in a room with a bunch of wasps. So yeah, you could say she's a pretty lovely girl. The rest of this film doesn't get any better. She accuses him of, like, trying to touch her up because she's salty and that he doesn't want to be with her, but then at the same time the relationship will be illegal anyway, so... There's also a really awkward scene where he ends up in her house for some reason, and she strips naked in front of him while he is in a wardrobe. She basically fails at flirting tactics, but none of them work, and by the end of the film she starts to turn really violent, actually trying to kill this man because he doesn't love her. What a sad sack of trash, to be honest. And at the end of the film she ends up in a mental institution. You can see that she hasn't changed her ways because there's a sneaky little moment that shows that she's still up to her old ways, but in this instance, she has a crush on one of her doctors. The next film I'd like to talk about is Blame, and it's probably the best movie on this list because, oh my god, is it gorgeous to watch. It's just so beautifully made and stylish and amazing, and oh my god, essentially this was the film that made me want to become a director. And that sounds kind of dumb, but let me explain. Essentially, this film is written, directed, and starring the same woman named Quinn Shepherd, and she is so inspiring to me because she wrote this movie when she was 15, and I watched it when I was 15, so I was just like, well, this could totally be me. Now, this film actually does teacher crushes quite well, as in it represents them kind of accurately. Essentially, it's a girl who has like a troubled past, and she goes back to her old school. Surprise, surprise, she ends up having a crush on her English teacher, and she wants to be cast as the lead character in the school play of The Crucible. Actually, it's quite clever because the director made sure that the play in the film The Crucible mirrors things that happen in the film, so it's kind of like a modern retelling of The Crucible with The Crucible in it. How many times did I just say The Crucible? Someone help. This film is gorgeous, the aesthetic of it is beautiful, there's a lot of like photography things happening in dark rooms and neon lights, and it's just fantastic. The teacher in question that she has a crush on is a sad man. He has trouble in relationships or something. I can't really remember because I watched it ages ago. But yeah, he has trouble with relationships, he's a single man, he's a teacher, and she's got a crush on him. That's essentially what happens in every teacher crush movie. Things don't end too well for the characters in this one. I won't spoil it for you because I feel like it's so worth a watch, but essentially it's the tale of jealousy and girls being petty and first and foremost, teacher crushes.
I said, shut up.
What the fuck, psycho bitch? Get away from me!
Hey,
going on in here?
The last film that I would like to talk about is very subtly named My Teacher, My Obsession. I watched it the other day, which is what prompted me to make this video in the first place. My Teacher, My Obsession is a straight up rip-off of Blame. It's awful, it's so bad. Blame came out in like 2015 or 2016, I think, and My Teacher, My Obsession came out in 2018. So it's pretty obvious that the second one copied Blame. The parallels between these movies are pretty staggering. First of all, both of the main characters are loner girls, who are somehow really pretty but don't have any friends. This is also the case in The Crush. They also both like photography because they're creepy and they like taking pictures of their teachers. They got problems. The main antagonists in both films, well, I say antagonists, but antagonists to the crazy teenagers who have weird crushes, are both very similar. They both also have a crush on the teacher. In My Teacher, My Obsession, the blonde girl, I think her name's Teresa, I can't remember, she's very dumb and forgettable and stereotypical and just the worst character I have ever seen in a film that's trying to be serious. She actually does have a crush on the teacher and wants to get with him, but in Blame, I feel like the girl who is trying to get that main role doesn't actually have a crush on the teacher. I feel like she's just going after the role just to get at the other girl, but it's still pretty much two girls going after one dude, even if one's real and one's fake. In Blame, there are also adults involved. The teacher's girlfriend, or this woman that he's been trying to get with, and it's not working out. And in My Teacher, My Obsession, the main character's mum is involved with the teacher. So yeah, it's quite plain to see that there's a couple of patterns in these films. Honestly, I'm on Blame's side because I really love Quinn and how amazing it is that she made that movie all by herself, pretty much. I will defend it with my life. These movies are so similar. All you have to do is to take a girl with no friends, who's really pretty but really socially awkward, who is very smart and probably takes pictures because she's a stalker. She has a crush on this really sad teacher or neighbour who has problems with relationships. You get annoying parents who always like try and get on the action with the teachers. You also get the bitchy popular girl who is also trying to get with the teacher for some reason. Why does everyone just want to get with this sad dude who's having troubles in life? You also get a little bit of murder and pettiness and just teenage dumbness in there. So honestly, I would say don't waste your time with these films because I have suffered through all three of them out of sheer curiosity. And as much as I do love Blame, I don't want to spoil it for you because I feel like that one is worth a watch. Just avoid the other two and anything that's in the same vein. To sum it up for you, it's basically about jealousy and girls being petty and, first and foremost, people thirsting over teachers who aren't even cute in the first place. I hope you guys liked today's video. Hopefully next time it won't take a million years to make and it won't be really shitty and just dumb in general. You know, it's me. My videos are going to be dumb. But if you're willing to wait a while for my videos, maybe consider subscribing. Wow, I really saw myself on that one. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Probably gonna go watch Doctor Who and cry because I have to wait a year for Jodie Whittaker to come back. I will forever be sad. Bye, guys.